Finally, 3D, what should I do? Okay, so we're going with Lorem at the minute, so we'll just continue with that. And hopefully that's him. Yo Lorem, what's up? Howdy howdy, where are we going? You mentioned something about treasure hunting, but don't tell me we're actually gonna unearth some ancient human artifacts. Don't worry, this is gonna be fun, okay. I'll just hope for the best then. I'm not sure who came up with it, but someone gave this kit to me as a present a few months ago. He showed me the map. It was a piece of paper that had obviously been treated to look much older than it really was. You know, when you drop it in the tea and then burn the edges, that kind of thing probably. Okay, this sounds like fun, let's go. I'm not sure if I can be much assistance though. I don't exactly know much about that area. But you're big and strong. I guess compared to him I am. Or at least you're bigger and stronger than I am, fair enough. You can do the digging. Oh, thanks. Besides, I wanted to do this for a while now, and Ibsen's always busy. I figured this would be as good a time as any. Do we gotta bring a shovel, or do you expect me to dig with my bare hands? Well, the instructions say we only need this map and a pen. Okay. I got a pen. Then we're all set. So where are we off to? If this is the facility, then the place indicated is the school, or rather, somewhere between the school and the administrative building. Okay, let's go. Let's have a look. Okay, here we are. Okay, the X on the map is right between these two buildings, so it must be around here somewhere. Back to school, huh? Not quite yet. Everyone's on summer break right now. Okay. Which is a good thing, because we really wouldn't want you to get swarmed by all the children. They go crazy if they saw you. How does school work here anyway? You talking about this one or schools in general? I think in general. I'd like to know more about how your school system works as a whole. I see you won't let a learning opportunity go by. Just doing my job. You should start by looking for the treasure then. Okay, fine. While I look for hints as to the treasure's whereabouts, the Lorem started talking. Okay, we do have quite the education system. Different schools and districts run on their own, so when looking at details, things can vary a lot. However, there are a few things that are true, no matter which region you're in. Compulsory education lasts for about 10 years. There are a lot of options for schools and school systems. Choice is an important factor here. We recognise that there isn't one system that works best for everyone, so there are many options depending on what path you want to take. That doesn't sound too different from what it used to be like in my world, but nowadays things are a bit more chaotic. Practical skills are valued most in their city, and you aren't really given the choice to do anything else. Sure, people can learn other things on their own, but it's not as if school is mandatory anymore. People just do whatever they feel like. Did you grow up like that as well? No, I still got to experience our old education system, college included. What's your favourite subject? Okay, we've got maths, art, and PE. Let's go with art. Me too. I always like trying out different mediums. I tried sculpting again recently. Why? Art doesn't need a justification. Fair enough. Anyway, it helps me visualise what the characters in my game should look like. Can you not do that with a computer? Sure, but working with a physical medium makes things easier for me. Instead of working with an interface, there's only my hands and a lump of clay. No technological gadgets required. Did you find anything yet? I haven't. No, I feel like we're missing something. Maybe, but the map clearly marks this place. You can see it for yourself. Yeah, X definitely points to this alley. Then it must be here. Okay, we've got the walls, the windows, or the water trough, isn't it? Maybe it has something to do with the water trough and the faucets. Maybe, have a look. We walked over and looked inside the water trough. Inside, the dirt was already a few inches higher, a clear indicator that it hadn't been cleaned for a while. I guess the janitor's on break as well. Or maybe they left it here on purpose, because our treasure is inside. It's all dried up though. Way too hard to start digging. Maybe that's what the faucets are for. Okay, we turned on the faucets and watched as the trough slowly filled with water. Okay, now what? Start digging. Come on, what kind of treasure hunters would we be if we didn't get our hands dirty? We're gonna dig up a school. That's kind of weird. I immersed my hands in the sludge. Okay. Let's turn on the water again then. Soften it up. Lorem joined me. Both of us dug around in the sludge, which slowly became clearer as more water filled the trough. Yeah, I think I got something. Oh yeah, what you got? Yeah, I think it's stuck to the bottom. Lorem's face was straining as he tried to pull harder and harder on the object he'd found. Maybe I should give it a go. Okay, he got it. Suddenly his hands reappeared from beneath the murky water, holding a small shining object in their grasp. What's he found? He opened his hands to reveal a big screw. Aha. Put it back. Yeah, maybe. By now, the water had become clear enough that we could see where the screw originally was. After Lorem replaced it, we noticed that besides the water, the trough was completely empty. I guess it's not here. Whoops. But at least the janitor will be grateful for the cleaning. Okay. Just try the windows, I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the windows. You think so? As good a guess as any. I guess. You can fly, can't you? Sure. Okay, check out the windows on the left. You should get a better view inside if you fly up to them. Fine. As Lorem flew up to the windowsill with a few flaps of his wings, I turned to the right to look inside the windows of the administrative building. The curtains were closed, but through a small gap I could barely see inside. I got closer and closer, hoping to get a better view when my forehead bumped into the glass with a dull thud. You're stupid. I heard some movement behind the curtains. Suddenly, they were drawn open to reveal a black dragoness who looked down on me with disapproval. In an instant, her expression changed to one of shock and surprise. Before anything else could happen, I quickly stepped away from the window and outside her view. Just empty cartons on my side. Did you find anything? Nothing, just I scared someone. Okay, let's check out the walls. Maybe it's something to do with the walls. What makes you think that? Because it's the only option left on the list? Okay, maybe there's some sort of hint we've been overlooking. Something that wouldn't be obvious to anyone else who came through here. No idea what you're on about. These walls don't really look that special to me. My gaze slowly went along the walls, trying to find something, anything that could have a hidden meaning. Yo, look at that. What have we got? That kind of looks like an X on the wall, don't you think? I guess so. Maybe it's here somewhere then. Here, what's he found? Lorem crouched down and stuck his hand in an indentation that ran along the wall near the ground. Aha, what's he got? He pulled out a cylindrical, shiny object and held it up to me. It looks like some sort of capsule. Maybe there's something inside. That's going to be a pretty small treasure though. He screwed it open and held the two halves of the cylindrical object in his hands. To our surprise, it didn't have any empty space on the inside. Nothing could be hidden within. Instead, the inside of the two halves were engraved. Okay, what does it say? 2J. And that's all it says. Yep, it's also on the other half. It might be coordinates? The grid on the map had numbers and letters like that. That means 2J would be here. Right in the middle of the forest. Wow. Off we go. Okay, so looks like we're in the forest now. Finding our spot might be a bit more difficult from here on out. Why is that? We don't really have any buildings and addresses as reference anymore. Here we only have a spot in the middle of a forest. Don't worry, I have an excellent sense of navigation. I'll take your word for that. Let's hope we find it before it gets too dark though, or things might become a lot more complicated. I'd rather not get lost. You don't have to worry about anything. If there are any predators in the area, they'll see me as a better target than you. Wow. Don't tell me there are predators in the woods though. Not really. There might be a stray or two, but that should be it. These woods are considered to be very safe. Even if that's true, and the worst comes to the worst, you can just fly away. I guess that's true. You kind of sound like you don't like the woods though. As long as it's safe, it's fine. Then you got nothing to worry about. I already told you, there shouldn't be any predators in these parts. And it's not like these woods are haunted or anything. Haunted? That reminds me. What's that? Maybe you'll be interested in this. In our world, there's a forest that was notorious for the many suicides that took place there. It was said to be haunted by angry spirits. That sounds awful. But why are there so many suicides there? And why are the spirits so angry? Well, in Japanese folklore, people have a soul or spirit that's called a reikon. Upon a person's death, the reikon separates from the body and goes to a form of purgatory. After certain rites have been performed, the Raycon then goes on to join its ancestors and becomes the protector of the living family. However, under certain circumstances, like the rites not being performed correctly or dying in a sudden or violent manner, the Raycon transforms into a Yurei instead. The Yurei can return to the physical world and haunts it until it has been laid to rest. There you go. Another myth for your collection. Might have been an idea to explain what Japan was to someone who's never visited Earth before, but whatever. Well, I know where not to go for my next vacation now. Well, it's just a myth, I suppose. What do you think about stuff like that? Paranormal stuff? You know, until a few weeks ago, humans were just a myth. And if we look at the portal, it's like something that came out of science fiction. Ibsen certainly seems interested in it. He is. He actually read up on some new theories about it. Okay, so what now? You remember him telling you about the different branches and how the barrier separates them, right? Yeah. So, since the barrier is made up of wormholes and using the portal displaces them, it leaves gaps in the barrier. I distinctly remember him talking about something like that. Through these gaps, he thinks we can communicate with our alternate selves in the other timelines. Okay, so how does that work? It all goes into the nature of existence itself. Wow, this is getting off the deep end. Who are you as a person? Do you think you're just the Ushio from this branch? What about the ones from all the other timelines who made other decisions? Yeah, this game is fairly layered like that. Okay, would you consider yourself to be the same person as them? The only difference between you and the Ushio from another branch may be that you decided to skip breakfast this morning. Maybe you are all of them. Okay, so how's that possible? Like a seed from which many roots can sprout, or a tree and its branches, there may be a uniting factor that branched off into these different timelines, your fundamental nature. You might call it a soul or something similar, but the idea is that even though there are many different versions of you, there's an aspect that unites all of you. A part of myself that stands over me, kinda like a superego. An interesting comparison. If we use a similar model here, then we can say that you are also made up of 3 distinct parts. In each timeline you have a physical body which is driven by its own base desires that it seeks to fulfill. All physical needs like hunger, thirst and even breathing fall under this category. However, as a being with free will, you are also capable of making your own decisions. That includes being able to act contrary to what your body's telling you. This ability to think and make decisions on your own is your rational mind, the self. And lastly, there's the third part I just talked about, the one that stands above all of you and unites you in some way. Let's call this your higher self. Through this higher self, you may be able to communicate with your alternate selves in some way. Usually the barrier would prevent this, but through the gaps, communication becomes a possibility. The more gaps there are, the easier it should be. Okay, so how do I do that? I suppose that would be the job of the higher self. So I can't control it. These are all just theories. We wouldn't really know until it happened. Only then could we study it. If it was to happen, how would I know? If someone else's experience gets relayed through this connection to you, it could manifest in a number of ways. Maybe it could be something like deja vu or a false memory, maybe even dreams. But the biggest difficulty would be to recognise that this phenomenon is happening in the first place. It's certainly quite out there, you gotta admit. Sure, but quantum mechanics are already complicated enough. Once you look at what lies beyond, it's just crazy territory. Okay, so what do you think? I think it might already be happening. This guy's perceptive. Okay, really? Just think about it. If the possibility of it ever happening is there, then it's more than likely it already has. I don't get you. Let's assume that this is an average timeline. The portals have been found by both of our people, contact has been made, and now you and Reza are both here for a visit. A few letters were exchanged before you and Reza were sent here, so that means the portal has already been used a few times. Using a portal once might only have an infinitely small effect on the barrier, like poking a hole in a castle wall with a needle. However, if you multiply this by a nearly infinite number of possible timelines in which these same events have happened, the effects must already be noticeable. Of course, some people may be more susceptible to this than others. Yeah, so what with me doing, this is my 4th playthrough, and already in the endings they're starting to recognise that there are different timelines going on. Okay, so do you think you've experienced this? I don't know. I've been having some weird dreams lately though. Okay. Yeah, me too, to be honest. Really? We were just entering a clearing, and from my view, I could see the odd lines that had been drawn on the ground. Yeah, I think we found the spot. Why do you think that? Well, the giant X on the ground, it kind of gives it away. Lorem took flight, and with a few flaps of his wings, after looking at the scenery from above, he returned to me. Cool, it's the giant X. I guess it's time to get our hands dirty again. That may not be necessary this time. Okay. He went to the centre where the lines crossed and picked up an object that was lodged halfway into the ground. He returned to me once more, holding another capsule similar to the one that we had found near the school. If we have to go back to town after walking all this way, I'm going to be pissed. Okay, and it's open. Apparently we're off to 6k now. Okay, where's that? There's an abandoned store on the other side of the forest, and that's where we're off to. That just means the way back is going to be even longer. Okay, this is weird. Are you sure we should even be in here? This place, yeah, it's totally the one indicated on the map. Yeah, did we break and enter? Are we illegally trespassing? I was talking about the building being roped off. Maybe that's just part of the game. Is the flooding part of the game as well? Hey, you can give up if you want to. I certainly won't. Now, are you going to help me or not? I guess so. I just didn't expect I'd have to get wet for this. All part of being a treasure hunter. Let's just look for the X, shall we? Okay. Lorem flew up to the light fixtures to get a view from above while I checked out the shelves. I remember a time when we could still shop here. Okay, what happened? Apparently, this area has a problem with flooding. No shit. So much work and resources are needed to erect a building like this one, and in the end it just gets abandoned. We have plenty of empty buildings where I come from. Oh really? Not sure this is a good reminder of home though. At least we don't have a problem with flooding. I nearly got sent back, by the way. Really? Why? Political reasons. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to talk about that though. Yeah, but you just did. Yeah, I let that slip. Is it related to the announcement they made about Reza? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess things are pretty serious. Yeah, they are. Have you found anything? No. Maybe it's underwater. Yeah, you think so? It's certainly not anywhere near the ceiling. I already checked there. And I found nothing near the walls or the shelves. It could be hidden beneath the floor tile or something like that. Okay, let's have a look. Alright. Without hesitation, Lorem vanished beneath the water's surface. I breathed in deeply, crouched down, and began looking underwater as well. Okay. We're underwater. I looked around, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary to me. Just as I was about to resurface to get some air, I heard a splash, accompanied by a loud thud. What was that? Yo, Lorem, what's up? Everything was quiet as I looked around for my companion. Suddenly, I heard frantic knocks coming from a shelf that was lying on the ground, half submerged in the water. I realised that it was still standing when we came in earlier. As I waded over to it, it soon became clear that the knocks were coming from beneath. Yo, Lorem! Quickly, I mustered all my strength and grabbed the shelf, lifting it up until it fell over to the other side with a loud splash. Lorem resurfaced, gasping for breath. Okay, what happened? I was looking underwater, and suddenly the shelf just came down on top of me. Are you okay? Yeah, I think so. My leg hurts a bit though, but that's about it. But I totally saw something. Let's have a look. Without waiting for a reply, Lorem dove down into the water again, resurfacing just a few seconds later, holding an ominous metal box that had a large X on it. This should be it. Is this guy not concerned that he just almost died? Let's hope it's waterproof. Okay, from the looks of it, it is. We should go outside though. It'll be hard to read anything in here. Sure. Okay, what have we got? Lorem held the box up to me. I took one of the sheets of paper that were inside and started reading it. I think these are pizza vouchers. Oh my god. Lorem was holding another sheet, which he started reading aloud. Congratulations! You have solved Pantoli Pizza's annual treasure hunt. Remember the code word enclosed for an instant rebate on your next order and the chance for the grand prize. Okay, you could be the lucky winner of a year's supply of Pantoli's pizza. This competition will run... Okay, Yeah, you just did risk life and limb for a crap pizza voucher. It's expired. The treasure hunt, the contest. Apparently it all ended months ago. Uh-huh. Can we still get a pizza though? Well, I don't think the offer's still valid. I mean, we can still get a pizza regardless. This whole thing has made me really hungry. I suppose this concludes our treasure hunt. Okay, now what? Maybe we could see this experience as another reminder that the journey is its own reward. Or that the early bird gets the worm. You really wanted pizza though, didn't you? Yes, that makes me wonder though, why didn't they get rid of the hints in this box when the contest expired? They must have realised that people may still have these kits at home, even when the contest is over. If people went out looking for a hint in the woods and there wasn't any more, they might look for hours until they decided there was nothing to find. Or they didn't care, you know. I'm slowly starting to lose hope on Pantoli's pizza. Sending us here is really negligent. Who knows what would have happened to you if I wasn't there? Maybe the whole building would crash down on the next unlucky people who end up here. Maybe that's why it was roped off in the first place. Yeah, but we went in anyway. Stupid. You thought it was part of the game. Maybe they should have put up a sign or something. While I was talking, Lorem walked toward one of the wooden poles that was used to rope off the building. He picked up a large rectangular object from the ground that was hidden in the grass. It was a wooden sign. Warning, do not proceed past this point. The treasure hunt has concluded and there is nothing more to find. Danger ahead. Okay, we could find the treasure, but not the huge sign. What does that say about us? I'm not sure. We should probably head back before it gets too dark though. We still have to go through the woods again. Okay, let's go. Do you want to pick up some pizza on the way home? I don't know. You totally should. Get that pizza.